Welcome to the Made You Think podcast. Podcast. Hi. Yeah. Welcome to the Made You Think podcast. Welcome to the Made You Think podcast.
We all say we want peace, peace at home, peace in our relationships. But then we turn around and dive back into the chaos like it's a rewards program and we're racking up loyalty points. It makes you think, doesn't it? Good. Welcome back to the Made You Think podcast, and I'm your host, Megan Scorp. Before we jump into today's conversation, I want to clarify that while we talk a lot about healing, growth, and mental wellness on this show, I'm a podcast host, not a licensed therapist or a mental health professional. The insights shared here are for educational and inspirational purposes based on personal growth and perspective. If you're navigating a deep trauma or need professional guidance, please reach out to a certified specialist. Because today, oh yeah, we're diving deep into a truth that will make you a little uncomfortable, but it's exactly what we need to hear. The topic today, you can't heal in the same environment that broke you. We're talking about why familiar pain is seductive, how growth alters your tolerance, and why protecting your peace might just cost you some access. Lean in, get your favorite beverage, get honest with yourself, and let's talk about it. So, as you know, some people will say, I'm healing, I'm being delivered. But they're still answering those toxic phone calls, revisiting those painful environments, reopening emotional wounds, reopening that toxic email, and surrounding themselves with people who dim their light like an unpaid utility bill. And then they wonder why healing feels impossible. You ready to start thinking? I'm ready. See, healing is hard enough by itself. But trying to heal in the same environment that broke you, that is like trying to dry off while standing in the shower. At some point, you gotta step out of the water. Did I get you? And let's be honest. Familiar pain is seductive. It draws you in. Because, see, familiarity tricks people into feeling safe, makes them think that they're at peace, even when it's unhealthy. And that's deep. So some people stay in environments that damage them because unpredictability scares them more than suffering. Let me say it again for you. Some people will stay in environments that damage them because the unknown, the unpredictability scares them more than suffering. They know the dysfunction. They know the tension, know the disappointment, and know the manipulation. And somehow, that predictability of knowing this pain becomes comforting. And that's dangerous. Because we as humans can adapt to almost anything, including environments that destroys us. You ever meet somebody who says, I am tired of the drama, but somehow their life keeps auditioning for reality TV? Every week, a new argument, a new crisis, a new emotional tornado, and a new, I'm done this time. I'm getting over it. I don't want to do this anymore. But at some point, you got to stop calling it bad luck and start asking, why do I keep returning to environments that interrupt my peace? Because the answer to that question will change your life. Did I make you think? See, healing requires honesty. Honesty to no one else but yourself. And honesty is uncomfortable. Sometimes the truth is simply you outgrew the environment emotionally before you physically left it. That's why some spaces start feeling heavy. Some conversations simply exhaust you now. And some habits don't even fit anymore. There will be people who will irritate your spirit instead of comforting it. And that's not arrogance. That's just plain growth on your side. Did I make you think? See, healing changes your tolerance, and that's the important part. Things you once accepted start feeling unacceptable. Things you once normalized start feeling unhealthy. And things you once entertained start feeling draining. And honestly, that will confuse the people around you. Because some people only know the version of you that tolerated the dysfunction quietly. Let me stop there. Think about that. See, the moment you start setting boundaries, protecting your peace, or distancing yourself from chaos, they say, you changed. You know what? You're absolutely right. I did. Because that's usually when my healing starts. Imagine going to therapy, writing in your journal, praying, working on yourself, going to the gym, drinking water, protecting your energy, just to turn right back around and return to the environment that emotionally tackled your nervous system every afternoon. Your peace wouldn't stand a chance. Am I right? Let me know in the comments. See, environments shape people more than they realize. Energy transfers. So if you constantly surround yourself with negative people or negative energy, eventually you just automatically start thinking negative. And if you surround yourself with gossip, chaos, complaining, and emotional instability, your spirit absorbs that. Think about that. And that's why some people feel exhausted coming home from work, coming home from the gym, or just simply just being by themselves. They're exhausted and they don't even understand why. Not every environment is physically loud. Some spaces are just spiritually loud. Did I make you think on that one? I hope so. Because all of this has resonated with me. I've been working on this. I'm still trying to control my healing. And get this, sometimes the environment isn't even a place. Sometimes it is simply a mindset. People will keep replaying old pain mentally while claiming they want help in healing emotionally. Still reliving that betrayal from years ago. Still rehearsing the insecurities. Still speaking failure over themselves. Still identifying with old wounds. Are you reflecting? Is that you? Because at some point, healing requires getting rid of the emotional furniture inside your mind, too. Because you cannot create peace while mentally redecorating trauma every day. I hope you're thinking. I hope you're reflecting. And I hope that this is resonating in you. Because let's talk about friendships for a second. Because everybody cannot go where you're healing. Even if it's your very, 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 very best friend. You cannot make someone heal with you. It's a personal journey. Some people are committed to patterns you're trying to break. And when you start evolving, your growth becomes uncomfortable for people invested in the old version of you. Let's say you're a smoker. You stop smoking. You said, can't do this anymore. The people around you that still smoke are going to offer it to you because that's what they're used to. So that friend group starts acting weird. The energy shifts. The jokes change. Suddenly, you're doing too much. Or you're not doing enough. Because you started wanting more for yourself. Make you think? Has this happened to you? When you start protecting your peace, people act like you joined a witness protection program and you're no longer accessible. They may just say, you don't come around anymore. I don't. Because every time I came around, my mental health needed CPR afterwards. And none of you know how to administer it. Sounds right? See, people will confuse access with entitlement. Just because you've always had access to me doesn't mean that you're entitled to the unlimited pieces of my peace. Now that's growth, because sometimes healing requires distance, not hate, not bitterness, not revenge, but distance. You cannot heal in environments that are constantly reopening your wounds. Let that settle in your spirit. You cannot become emotionally healthy while remaining emotionally available to dysfunction 24/7. At some point in your life, hopefully, peace will become more attractive than the familiarity of the pain. And that will be a beautiful day in your life. See, healing is not just about feeling better. It's about becoming different. That's why healing can feel so lonely. You start outgrowing conversations, outgrowing habits, outgrowing environments, outgrowing emotional versions of yourself. And honestly, when you get to this point, you may feel like you're in a bubble because growth can feel isolating. Not everyone understands transformation while it's happening. Some people just don't accept change very well. Some people will only celebrate your healing after it becomes convenient for them. Remember that. But see, during the process, they'll question you. You acting funny. You changed. You think you better now that you done healed. No. I'm just tired of surviving environments that require self-destruction to maintain connection. Does that make sense? You get tired of just surviving just to maintain a connection that's going to pull you down each and every time. That's why growth is important. And listen carefully. And you have heard me say this in so many of my other episodes. Peace is expensive. Not because it costs money, but it costs access. You remember those commercials that would say, this costs $6 and this costs $20, but the look on their face is priceless. Your peace is priceless. So please understand, people cannot accompany you into healed spaces, especially when they've benefited from your brokenness. Let me say that again so that this resonates in your spirit. People cannot accompany you, they cannot come with you into healed spaces when they have benefited from your brokenness. That's deep. See, some people were comfortable when you lacked boundaries. They were comfortable when you overextended yourself. They were comfortable when you tolerated disrespect quietly. They're comfortable when you don't fight back. But see, healed people, they become much harder to manipulate. And everybody doesn't celebrate that version of you. Only the new people, the new friends, the new spouse, the new people. Because you know what's funny though? People will tell you don't change. But you have to. Life changes every day. Everything around you is constantly changing. Your age change, your perspective changes. Your priorities change, your dreams change, your tolerance changes. Therefore, growth is change. Imagine a caterpillar telling another caterpillar, I'm thinking about becoming a butterfly. And the other caterpillar says, you know what? Nah, I think I'm going to just stay here. I'm going to stay relatable. It's what I'm used to. That would never work. That would sound super duper ridiculous. But we as humans do it every day. Some people will encourage you to stay emotionally small because your healing reminds them they're avoiding their own healing. What about that? And honestly, healing requires courage. Because see, healing forces you to confront things distractions help you avoid. Distractions can be your pattern, your trigger, your fears, your habits, your unresolved pain. All of that's uncomfortable. And that's why people stay busy. Noise distracts people from self-awareness. Stillness reveals things chaos hides. And healing begins the moment you become honest enough to stop running from yourself. Did I make you think? I think people underestimate how healing affects their identity. You know, you start realizing, I don't enjoy what I used to. I don't want any drama in my life. I cannot sit here and watch drama shows. I don't tolerate what I used to. I don't need to be in places that I'm not wanted. I don't react how I used to. I'm not going to fly off the handle. I'll just walk away. And see, all of that, that's growth. And growth is evidence that pain did not destroy you. It developed you. See, your pain was not meant to permanently imprison you. It's just meant to teach you. And that's the uplifting part. Because some people think healing means becoming who they used to be before the pain. No. Leave that person in the past. You're not that person. Healing allows you to be a new person. Healing creates somebody wiser, stronger, more self-aware, more intentional. That's evolution. Did I make you think? Now, let me also make sure you understand. Changing environments doesn't always mean physically moving. You don't have to always move to a new state. You don't have to move somewhere. But sometimes healing just means changing your routine, changing your habits, changing your boundaries, changing the people around you, and changing what you tolerate emotionally. Because environments are not just locations, they're energies. And listen, energy matters. You have to start guarding what you see, what you hear, and what you let into your space. Healing isn't just a mindset shift. Healing your life means healing your senses. That's why you may feel an immediate physical lift the moment you step out of a certain room. Your spirit finally stops suffocating, and your nervous system stops fighting for survival. That's stress. See, healing also requires giving yourself permission to outgrow guilt. Some people feel guilty for protecting their peace, guilty for saying no, guilty for needing rest, guilty for distancing themselves from draining situations. But listen carefully. You are not required to continuously sacrifice your mental health to make other people comfortable. That's a word in itself. Because some people were trained to believe self-abandonment was love. But healthy love includes you too. Healthy love does not require emotional destruction. And I hope that's resonating in your spirit. I hope that's making you think. Because maybe the reason you're feeling uncomfortable lately is because your spirit is recognizing you've outgrown your current environment. Maybe your exhaustion isn't weakness. Maybe it's awareness. An awareness that your peace matters. Awareness that your healing matters. Awareness that your future requires healthier spaces. Maybe life has been trying to move you forward while the familiarity keeps convincing you to stay stuck. Think about that. Because sometimes the hardest part of healing is not releasing pain, it's releasing what has become familiar. But beautiful things happen when people choose growth over comfort. And you might say, what beautiful things? You can start sleeping better, thinking clearer, smiling genuinely, trusting yourself again. And suddenly, you'll realize something also powerful. You were never too much. You were just surrounded by the environments that required you to not be yourself. Did I make you think? I hope so. If this episode hit home, or if it ruffled a few feathers, good. That means your spirit is recognizing it's time to expand. And I thank you for tuning in to Made You Think podcast. If this message resonated with you, do me a favor. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Leave us a review. And make sure you subscribe, like, follow, so that you never miss our weekly drops every Thursday at noon. You can find us on your favorite social media, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, so forth. But until next time, stop shrinking to fit into spaces you've outgrown. Protect your peace and keep growing. This is Megan Scorp. I'll see you in the next episode.